I'm here to share a Easter card that I made from the For Peep's Sake Easter stamp set. Today I'm going to use these cute little chicks right here and the sentiment, "You cracked me up." So let's get started. This is my finished card. I'm going to show you how I made it. I think it turned out really cute. And I'm going to show you how I got each one of the chicks a different color. Here are my components for my card base. I used pistachio pudding, and it's cut an A2 size card and scored 4.5, and I rounded the corners. Next, I cut a piece of designer series paper. This is Lullaby, and it's two-sided. Either side would work. You could use crisp cantaloupe instead of pistachio pudding, but I like this side because I wanted to use the pistachio pudding and the Coastal Cabana. I think it works really well. So that's the next layer. And then I have a piece of Whisper White, and this is what we're going to stamp our little chicks on and our sentiment. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. I'll set this aside. I have Stampin'Up markers in the 2013-2015 In Colors Strawberry Slush, Coastal Cabana, sorry about that, Coastal Cabana, and Pistachio Pudding. I'm going to take my stamp, I already have it mounted, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my marker with the brush tip. That's this end right here, as you can see, and I'm going to go ahead and ink up my stamp with my marker. Make sure I get it covered, and I'm going to do this first chick and the Strawberry Slush. Make sure I get his feet, get a good coat on his ears. And next we're going to use the Coastal Cabana and the brush tip. Get him covered really well. I'm sure you're probably wondering, well, this is going to dry up and it won't work. Well, there's a trick for that, but I'll show you that when we get to that point. But let me make sure I get plenty of coverage on here. And the next chick is going to be the pistachio pudding. Make sure get his little feet and the leaves and all the petals on the flower. Make sure I get the stem. Alright, this is the trick. Move these out of the way. I'm going to breathe on the colors and it's going to reactivate them. So here goes. And I'm going to center it, leaving room for our sentiment. And we're just going to stamp straight down and straight up. See, they're all different color. Now, I'll set our stamp aside. Our next stamp is going to be our sentiment. I'm going to use the Coastal Cabana. I'll ink that up. Stamp that right underneath our chicks. There we go. Very good. Move this aside and move this ink out of the way. Now, the next thing that we did turned out pretty good, don't you think? Now, the next thing I did was I made some banners to put at the bottom using the same colors, and these are from the designer series paper. This is the pistachio pudding, the Coastal Cabana, and a little scrap of the Strawberry Slush. And this is the banner punch, and this is great for I love banners, and so this makes it really easy, and it's a good way to use up little pieces of scrap paper. So On this one, I wanted to make sure that my chevrons were going right down the middle. So let's put that in there. And that's another thing I like, is you can see where you're punching. Punch it right out. Okay. Now we'll do the polka dot with the strawberry slush. And then we'll do the shell pattern on the pistachio pudding. Alright, we'll just set those aside for a minute. And as you see, it is double-sided. If you wanted to use a chevron, that would be up to you. Alright, let's set this aside. And now it's time to put our card together. We're going to use snail. And make sure you put your adhesive on the correct side. Up, leave a little border all around. There we go. Now we'll take our sentiment, we'll put that in the middle. Next, we'll take just a little bit of snail on each of our little banners. Well, I seem to have a problem remembering which side of this to use. Alright, and I'm just going to line them up right along the edge here and stick them down. One more. There we go. Now, there's one more thing I did. At the very beginning, before I got started, I didn't want you to have to sit there while I was cutting out this shell, but on this egg part, I took a piece of white scrap and stamped the whole image in the Coastal Cabana so I could get the shell, and I cut it out, and I'm going to put a dimensional on that and stick it right on top of this chick. Give him a little bit of dimension there. Alright, there's my finished card. If you would like the products to try and case this card, which means to make it yourself, you can purchase them at Stampin' Up, and if you choose me as a demonstrator, I would appreciate that. My website address is kimogden.stampinup.net, and I appreciate you watching my videos. If you like it, please leave a comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you back later. Happy crafting. Bye.